What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at a very goofy, dumb news article. Believe it or not, that's a new entry here on the channel. We've never done anything like this before, but basically it's revolving around Kim Yo Jong, who is the sister to Kim Jong-un, aka the heir to the throne of North Korea right now. If you haven't heard all of the news reports that have been flurrying the entire planet for like the last week now, there's been a bunch of weird reports coming out about Kim Jong-un. Now, if you look at one article from one publication, he's basically in a vegetative state, brain dead, probably won't survive. Other people are saying that he is dead, and it's just been kind of like a very hush-hush thing being put down by the North Koreans so that they don't look weak. And then, of course, there's all the reports that he's doing fine and he's just been kind of chilling out at one of his vacation homes. We don't really fucking know for sure. It's been a complete cluster around this entire situation, right? Like it's been so in the news, but we don't actually have a conclusion. But with all these rumors swirling around in the rumor mill, basically there's been a lot of talk about this Kim Yo Jong, who is, at least if Kim Jong-un is dead, looking like she's going to basically be the leader of North Korea, at least for a period of time. And it's been kind of some major world news, right? It's been like a very global situation that's being monitored, because that would be a seismic shift in global politics if something like that were to happen. But if you read Mashable, you would think that the world is about to come to a complete grinding standstill because of the public reaction. So if you're not really hip to internet culture, you don't really, I guess, realize how much the internet memes literally anything. There is nothing that happens that the internet does not joke about, does not troll about, right? It's just how the internet is. It's the sense of humor that the internet as a big global thing has. Nobody takes this shit serious, and even though, yes, if this girl was to take over North Korea, she likely would be just as ruthless, if not more ruthless, than Kim Jong-un. That doesn't stop the internet from reacting the way that it does to literally anything. Like, nobody is safe, right? I mean, even like when Kobe Bryant died, right? There were memes literally 45 minutes later of people flying helicopters into the mountains in GTA 5. The internet doesn't care, right? It doesn't matter what the situation is. But let's go ahead and read this article. Maybe it's that we've all been in quarantine for too long and some people have nothing better to do, or maybe it's that she would be the world's first known female dictator. More likely, it's that the internet is notorious for sexualizing everything and anything possible. There's no direct explanation for why we're here, but unfortunately, we're here. Twitter is horny for Kim Yo Jong. Okay, it's not... I don't understand, okay? And I'm going to show you some of the examples in this article of what is supposed to be quote-unquote sexualization. I would love to see what necessarily out of all of this constitutes as such and isn't just, people making fan cams or memes or art circling the heat of the moment, right? Then again, I'm probably asking for too much to ask someone who would write an article like this to actually point to some evidence that actually, backs the point that they're trying to make. Fan cams are the heat of stan culture, and in the weeks since conflicting reports about North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un's health cast doubts on whether Kim is alive, Twitter users have been making fan cams and fan art for his successor and younger sister Kim Yo Jong. Now, keep in mind just in the article right here, right? We've already been claiming that the internet is sexualizing this, right? But then in the very next paragraph, we're talking about how it's fan cams and memes and fan art, quote unquote, which obviously none of those are sexualizing, right? If people were drawing some softcore shit, yeah, maybe you can go ahead and say that, but it's ironic, right? How this is the whole point we're trying to make, and yet we're not making that point. And in light of speculation surrounding her brother's death, or health, my bad, Kim Yo Jong is in the spotlight. And this is one of the examples that was shown. Yeah, because this tweet looks really serious, right? This looks like a very serious tweet written out to completely idolize this woman, just to, she's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Number one, she's the greatest of all time. She's the MJ of North Korea. There's absolutely no stopping her. Yeah, that looks like a very serious tweet. An image of Kim Yo Jong running with bread in her mouth was compared to popular anime motifs, which an artist already recreated. Now, I do have to say, this is some pretty good art, man. Whoever made this, shout out, you know what I'm saying? God damn, like, you're skilled, but look how fucking serious this entire thing is, right? They're being very serious when they make art, considering something that's going on in the media right now. Like, are we really gonna sit here and act like the artist wasn't literally just taking advantage of, like, a popular thing going on in the news. Because if that wasn't the case, like, they could have made this art back in January if they were some super fan of this chick or something like that, right? But, you know, now that the news has actually got her in it, they make this art, and apparently this is a problem, right? Because the internet isn't known for making art regarding pretty much everything that happens. Twitter users are also making fan cams for Kim Yo Jong. Fan cams are short, often fan-shot clips of K-pop artists performing on stage. Fans edit them with different effects and transitions, and then reply to posts and arguments that they disagree with using the montage of the idol performing. Fan cams have been used to not only show support for popular stars, but also to derail posts, shut down criticism, and harass other Twitter users. Using the few photographs and videos of Kim Yo Jong, Jesus, I can't talk, from her rare public appearances, Twitter users added music and other effects to make fan cams of the dictator's potential successor. Behind every powerful man is a woman. Kim Yo Jong has been chasing the bag all along. Queen Tings. Yeah, this looks like a very serious post. You know, I know I keep saying that, but they're trying to make this whole big fucking point out of how people reacted to this with fan cams and art and memes. But they can't show a legitimate example of, like, this being a bad thing, like they're trying to prove, right? Because it's all essentially just been memes at this point. It's nothing serious. It's not like people are legitimately worshipping and idolizing this woman. At least the vast majority of people aren't, right? I mean, the amount of people who have made, like, goofy art about someone like Donald Trump while at the same time absolutely hating his guts is insane. Like, it's immeasurable. Man has been one of the most memed people on the planet for years now, right? Same thing with virtually anyone that people find controversial or polarizing or something like that. They fucking meme them and they make art about them. It doesn't mean that they stan them and that it's like the number one person and role model in their lives. I mean, everyone, I think, who is at least a rational human being realizes the significance of what's going on. We all realize that this woman would be a force to be reckoned with within this country's political system, right? And that she would be probably just as cruel of a dictator as her brother. But that doesn't mean that people can't make a fucking joke about it. And this might be the one time that I defend the K-pop people over on Twitter, the K-pop fans and stuff like that, because in reality, it's just the bad apples in that bunch that give them such a bad reputation. But the fan cams are obviously not serious. Like, people aren't fucking spamming them everywhere and ruining posts with them and harassing people with them. They've just become such an integral part, I guess, of Twitter's culture that it's just something that happens. It's kind of like YouTube poops on YouTube, right? Like, they're always gonna happen. They've happened for a long time now. Like this. K-pop group's DPRK lead singer Kim Yo Jong made her solo debut yesterday. Since then, she gained 280 billion streams on Spotify and 300 billion more on Apple Music, making her the only artist in history to do so. Kim thanks her fans for streaming, and she assures them that there is more to come. How do you think that this is something that proves your point? Like, in a way, they're kind of fucking mocking the K-pop community of Twitter because, you know, they post all these stats and stuff around their artists and they stan so hard and they put fan cams. Like, you've essentially used a meme to try and bolster a point that didn't need to be made. Then we got Kim Yo Jong fan cam, we stan a dictator queen. Let's go ahead and take a look at this profile because I think that it's quite interesting. Oh yeah, this looks like an extremely serious Twitter account where they make very, you know, rational points about shit that they really care about. They're making a statement, you know, they're defending this person. They're defending this dictator. They stan a dictator queen. They got fucking Peter Griffin, a goat, a dog, and Le Monk with the word Bomba over it as their banner. You know what I mean? Twitter users also drew comparisons between Kim Yo Jong and Azula, the fiery, unstable villain from Avatar: The Last Airbender. By the way, very good show if you never watched it growing up. In the show, Azula takes her brother's place in succession and helps her father in his attempt to colonize other kingdoms. Yeah, it's almost like people can make comparisons to things without it being a sexualization. Like, we've been hearing all of this talk about, oh, the internet is, once again, you know, the little pervert incels of the internet with their sexualization of people and other things. And we've seen none of it. Like, you don't see any of it. It's all just fucking memes and making fun of the K-pop community and making comparisons to an Avatar character. Like, you could have done so much better. And the funny thing is like, we've gone through, like, we even looked at one of these profiles that they featured prominently in this article. You're telling me that as a journalist who I would assume went and got a fucking degree in college to do this, and who's on a payroll to do this, you couldn't click one link to see, you know, who am I reporting on? Who am I covering? That was too much work for you to do. It was too much to ask of you while you're sitting in your house right now typing this stupid article to just fucking click a link and check it out. And then these people who write these are like, why don't people take us seriously? How come people think that we're all just a big joke? Anyway, off a tangent, my bad. Kim Jong-un's sister and potential successor, Kim Yo Jong, is definitely giving me the vibes. Look at that harmless comparison being made to a cartoon character, folks. It's amazing, right? I can't believe the internet would ever do something like that. I mean, you're lucky that this is the kind of shit that's happening surrounding this situation. It could have been much worse. We could have gotten a lot worse from the real depths of the internet when it came down to this, but no, we didn't. We got some very tame memes. But even then, we gotta find a way to make it problematic and find an issue within it. But Kim Yo Jong's gender doesn't necessarily point to her being less of a tyrant than her brother. Nobody ever said that. No one ever made that point. She's a high-ranking member of North Korea's propaganda department, and in a statement after Seoul protested after North Korea's live-fire military exercise, she compared South Korea to a, quote, frightened dog barking. That's the worst thing she's done that you could find whatsoever, was calling South Korea a frightened dog barking. That was the fucking worst. Unfortunately, horny Twitter truly knows no bounds, and as the condition of Kim Jong-un's health remains unclear, simping for his sister is bound to continue. Ironic or not, we're in this for the long haul. Okay, so it's very apparent that you learned the word simp about 37 hours ago, right before this article came up, or however long it's been. You knew that word for about 45 minutes, and that's when you decided to pop that one on in there, so congratulations. I applaud you. I'm really glad that you finally have stepped into internet culture and learned a word. Once again, I hate to break the news for you, but people are not actually simping for this woman. It's 100% all of a joke. Yeah, a lot of us say, oh yeah, bro, I'd beat it up, bro, I'd tear her up. Like, no one's being serious about it. Like, if you presented 97% of the people who have said something like that with the opportunity to go to North Korea and basically become her little arm candy or whatever you want to say there, they'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Are you okay? You had enough water today? You dehydrated there, stupid? Tapping you on the head. Ironic or not, we're in this for the long haul. So this entire time you've been talking about how, oh dude, look at what Twitter's doing. Like, the sexualization it's way too far. But then in the last sentence, you're like, oh yeah, I mean, if it's a joke or not, we're in this for the long haul. What long haul are we in? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to say. What long haul? What is the actual problem with what's going on here? You act like people making jokes on Twitter is like it's ruining the world, right? Like, it's influencing the situation, like she's going to actually become leader right now if Twitter keeps making jokes. Like, what point are you really trying to make? We're in this for the long haul. There is no long haul. Either he's cool and she's not becoming leader, or something happened to him and she steps in. It's not like this is going to be a 37-year plan by the North Koreans to get people on the internet to act up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm honestly stunned that people like this have jobs. Like, they actually write these articles and say this shit, man. It's stunning to me. I don't need to say anything else. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. I will be streaming here probably right after this video. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, simping for Senpai Kim Yo Jong, and signing out.